child uses music to summon his parents. Have you ever heard a reunion story like this? The orphanage director reported Evan's disappearance to the police, and they tracked him down to the theater. John lied to Evan, telling him the police were coming to drag him back to the orphanage, and urged him to run. Panicked, Evan fled through the streets and managed to escape capture. Suddenly, he was drawn to singing coming from a church. The girl who was singing discovered him and kindly took in this homeless boy. The next day, the girl played piano, and Evan was captivated. She taught him basic scales, his first systematic introduction to music theory. In just half a day, inspiration struck, and Evan filled an entire wall with musical notation. When the girl and the priest returned to see this, they were astounded. The priest believed this was a God-given talent and recommended him to the Leia Music Academy. At the academy, the professors were blown away by his talent and admitted him on the spot. In just 1 month, Evan composed a complex rhapsody. The principal decided to have him conduct a performance at the upcoming grand concert. Thinking that tens of thousands of people would see him, and his parents might be among them, Evan threw himself into preparation. Concert posters covered the city, featuring the names Auguste and Lila. During rehearsal, John showed up, determined to take Evan away by force. John threatened him using his real name, Evan, saying he'd send him back to the orphanage. Terrified of losing his freedom, Evan was forced to return to the streets with John to perform for money. His dream was shackled once again, and he felt utterly defeated. While busking in a park, his music attracted a man, Louis. Father and son, though strangers, experienced a miraculous connection through music. They exchanged guitars and improvised together, their playing perfectly in sync. John's harsh rebuke interrupted everything, and Louis had no choice but to leave. On the night of the concert, Lila's performance was deeply emotional and sorrowful, filled with longing. On the street, Evan seemed to hear his mother's call and resolved to leave. With Arthur's help, he bravely broke free from John's control. He ran desperately toward the concert hall, with only one thought in his mind: get on that stage. Outside a bar, Louis spotted a concert poster with Lila's name on it. He jumped out of his car and ran like mad toward the concert hall. At that moment, Evan arrived breathless. The performance was nearly over. Just as the principal was about to announce the end of the show, Evan rushed onto the stage. The spotlight hit him. He raised the conductor's baton, and the music began. His rhapsody blended classical, rock, and street sounds, stunning the entire audience. Lila, who had been about to leave, was frozen in place by this familiar musical style. Louis burst into the concert hall, frantically searching through the crowd. Then, looking back, he saw the figure he'd missed for 11 years, Lila. He walked slowly toward her and gently took her hand. Time seemed to turn back. On stage, Evan felt an intense gaze. He slowly turned around. The eyes of all three met in the air, silent, yet deafening. In Lila and Louis's eyes were shock, disbelief, and overwhelming joy.